Florida, and you're not prepared. What we have for you from the pioneer in long-term, like long shelf life foods from Augason Farms is we've got some great choices for you. Foods for you that are gonna taste like real food. Why? Because it is real food. The first one we're gonna actually talk about is a 72 servings of whole egg powder. So this is actually 100% real eggs in a powder form that has a 10-year shelf life unopened. Once you open this, you start making your, your omelets and your scrambled eggs, and you can make your baked goods. It has a 1-year shelf life. So this can last you up to a year for the egg needs that you have. Today we have it for you on sale. It's $27.95. I couldn't believe we're doing free shipping and handling because this is a big tub, and you can get it all home for you under $9.32. If you have the HSN credit card, we do an extra flex pay, so it's under $7. And we do have auto ship. And I wanna stress the auto ship because this might be what you grab when you can't go next door and ask the neighbor for a cup of milk or sugar or eggs or whatever. You're gonna go and you're gonna use this for your normal everyday needs, but this is also for emergency food, right? So we're gonna talk about Augason Farms and the quality and how you can use this in your everyday life, and also for those, kind of moments that are predictable. So Allison Scuddy is joining us via Skype from her home to kind of let us dive into the kitchen and how we can use this whole egg powder in our life, Allison.
Well, you know what? Augason Farm has been around since 1972, bringing you products that will sustain you through times that you may not be able to get out there and get those foods. But what we're finding out right now, because let's face it, before we were always more to actual prepper people that were worried about end of times, that sort of thing. But in this day and age, I don't even want to go to the grocery store. I mean, it has been such a hassle to go get eggs, limit one. Really? And then I got to go back the next day, put the mask, put the sanitizer on my hands, and do everything when I can have my whole egg powder. And honestly, guys, these are real eggs. Take a look at this. It's scrambled eggs. Now, when you are wondering, what are you going to do? Maybe, okay, we have a hurricane coming right now in Florida, right? And so again, it's like, well, what are we going to do? And the thing is that if I need eggs and milk, everybody needs eggs and milk, and you're going to be out there fighting the crowds because it's the same thing. All the things sell out. It's the toilet paper, it's the things. But we're not talking about odd things. We're talking about milk, eggs, rice, oats, beans, things that you need every single day. Now, what happens too, which I love, is during the dehydration process, it's actually making the eggs sterile. So if you love to make cookie dough for your kids and you want to make the cookie dough, you can take the egg powder, bake with the egg powder, and what's going to happen? You can eat it. You don't have to worry, is there salmonella? Am I going to have a trouble? Because lately, I don't know if you've been reading stuff, Valerie, but there's been a big, a lot of people are having their own chickens and stuff now. There's been a big influx of salmonella and stuff like that because you have to worry about washing the egg shells, worry about getting the shell in there, then wash your hands afterwards. This is absolutely a great way for all the time, but have one put away. Have one put away.
Yeah, I agree. And with that 10-year shelf life, you can get this on auto ship, get it home, dive into it. That means you can leave it open for a year and you can try it out. The whole family try it. If for some reason you don't like the way it tastes or it doesn't fit into your life or your needs, you can send it back within 30 days, but you're locking in this value in auto ship. And if you're new to HSN, auto ship just means that you get this delivered whenever you want it. It could be 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, and you can also stop and kind of like adjust that whenever you like or cancel it. But today you can secure it on auto ship for $9.32. We are shipping it directly to your door. And I think about the convenience. Eggs is a staple in my household. It's a whole protein. It's something that on a weekly, daily basis, you try to fit eggs into your diet because they're so good for you, at least maybe once or twice a day, whether that's breakfast or an afternoon snack. You don't have to crack the eggs. You don't have to refrigerate this. Like, it's on demand, which I love. And it's going to be the thing that you go to because it is such a complete food in the case of an emergency situation. I know we also don't really like to necessarily talk about that, but I love the idea that this is something that is real food. right? This isn't
Real
like something,
food.
it's real eggs, and you're getting a 72 serving. So if you're somebody that lives alone, you could literally have this, have a couple, you know, servings a week. You could get through the entire year if you'd like to. So definitely secure yours. We also have, they've been putting up on the screen, we've got the oats, we have some pinto beans, and we also have some rice. Again, think about making that scramble, that little Mexican scramble with some pinto beans, some rice, some salsa, a little avocado with your eggs. I mean, you've got a complete breakfast.
I've got that right here, look. And it's a complete breakfast right here. And you have everything that you need, all of your proteins. I put a little salsa on top, but look at my omelet. I put a little cheese in there. I mean, this is a delicious breakfast. And you know what, here's the thing. Part of everything that we face day to day, no matter what's going on, even with the kids being home from school, it's the unknown, and it's explaining. And so the more we can keep things the same, the better it is. So when the kids are hungry, just like we're going to talk about the milk, you have a glass of chocolate milk for them. You have the scrambled eggs for them. You can make French toast. You can make the puddings. You can make oatmeal cookies. You know, you can make a lot of things for the kids. I mean, take a look at the French toast. Another thing I love about these eggs is that I can make it exactly the thickness I want. So if I want to do French toast, I can have it a little bit thinner. Put some of the honey on there, natural and fresh, and it's just a great way to start the day. It's a smart thing to do. It really is. I mean, take a look. This is what I actually do, is I have everything stacked up at home like this, and that way I keep it in the laundry room, but I can roll it around. I can have everything that I want on here, and I've got all of my oats, I've got my beans, I've got my rice, my eggs, you know, my milk, everything that I have on here. I've got water, I've got little things in case I need, if the power goes out, I've got a little burner on here. So I'm all set to go. You know, I only keep this up during hurricane season, but I'm in Florida. You know, if you're up north, I mean, I know you guys get snowed in. Even if you're in New York City, do you have this much room to slip in your cabinet? Because you know what, if it saves you from having to deal with all that's going on to go out and shop, it is well worth it for that.
Yeah, you know, just the convenience of knowing that you have 72 servings. And I want to tell you, I'm looking at the back of this, the first ingredient, whole eggs. I mean, this is dried whole eggs in a powder form. You literally mix it with water, and on the back it tells you, you know, it's basically a third cup of the egg powder to a third cup of water. So it's kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio. You could eat as little or as much as you'd like. So maybe you know, a lot of times you go and you're like, well, I really kind of want 2.5 eggs. Well, what are you going to do with that extra half egg? Throw it away? You can really make this as small of a portion, as large of a portion. Think about feeding your whole family for breakfast. Maybe you're having everybody come over, like you guys are getting together. Maybe you take this to the lake house, take this with you in the RV, take this with you if you're taking a little road trip. A lot of us aren't flying, but we're hopping in the car and we're taking a road trip. This will feed an entire family breakfast for weeks, literally. So if you guys would like to be able to secure this, go ahead and get it on auto ship, because you can customize when you get it. And I want you to taste it, because it tastes like real eggs. Why? Because it is real eggs. So $9.32. We take every major credit card. We're doing free shipping and handling. And although this is something that I want you to consider for an emergency, I also want you to get it home and taste it, because you might just find a way that you can incorporate it in your everyday kind of like inconvenient moments when you're like, oh my gosh, we don't have any eggs and I want to bake brownies or bake a cake, or, you know, or just have that healthy protein, right? So that's available for you. But you said it earlier, Allison, just an ice cold glass of milk, or maybe a hot cup of cocoa made with milk. What happens when you run out of milk? Or maybe the little ones want a bowl of cereal.